Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajapacharya Astotra Satad Sissima, the divine grace is confounded child. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavena Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Pransi Kaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Sri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Syamakunda Radhakunda Gira Govardhana Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Mathura Dhama Ki Jai. Sri Mayapanavadip Dhama Ki Jai. Sri Jagannapuri Dhama Ki Jai. Gangamaya Yamunamaya Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Bhakta Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premananda. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to Sister Gauranga. So this morning, we are having a reading, our class from Caitanya-Caritāmṛta, Madhya-lilā, chapter 3, Madhya-līla, chapter 16. Chapter 16 text, starting from text 79. A bunch of texts that I'm going to go through. I don't know. Perhaps it's because a number of them don't have purpose. But we start with text 79. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So, the text is on the screen there. Is there some Bengali guy who can help us? Okay, can you help us? Because the Bengali pronunciation is completely different from even the Sanskrit and different from the English. Yes, so can you help us?
17
Yeah.
জগন্নাথ করেন তথা মাড়ুয়া বসন দেখিয়া সঘৃণ হইল বিদ্যানিধির মন You're reading English?
Can you do 3 times?
Can I do?
3 times.
3 times, yes, okay. জগন্নাথ পরেন তথা মাড়ুয়া বসন দেখিয়া সঘৃণ হইল বিদ্যানিধির মন জগন্নাথ পরেন তথা মাড়ুয়া বসন দেখিয়া সঘৃণ হইল বিদ্যানিধির মন
So one comment here. Proper say utility is a principle. So don't think, what is this Swami doing? He's supposed to read the verse. He's asking some woman to read the verse. I'm a brahmachari. Please clear your head, okay? Yes, I can read the translation. Read it word for word translation. Word for word translation.
One more verse.
Word for word translation.
Word for word?
Yeah.
Is there?
Synonyms.
What does it say? Jagannatha.
Jagannatha.
Lord Jagannath.
Lord Jagannath.
Parina.
Parina.
Puts on.
Puts on.
Tathi.
Tati.
There. Madhya.
Madhya.
Basana.
Madhya.
Cloth with starch. Dekhiya.
Dekhiya.
Seeing.
Seeing.
Sa. Grana.
Grana.
With hatred. Hoilo. Was. Vidyanidhir man. The mind of Vidyanidhi.
Thank you. Translation. When Pundarika Vidyanidhi saw that Lord Jagannath was given a starched garment, he became a little hateful. In this way, his mind was polluted. So next text.
Slok 80. সেই রাত্রে জগন্নাথ বলাই আসিয়া দুই ভাই চড়ান্তারে হাসিয়া হাসিয়া
Translation. That night, the brothers Lord Jagannath and Balaram came to Pundarika Vidyanidhi and smiling began to slap him. Text 81, go on.
81. গাল ফুলিল আচার্য অন্তরে উল্লাস বিস্তারি বর্ণিয়াছেন বৃন্দাবন দাস
Translation. Although his cheeks were swollen from the slapping, Pundarika Vidyanidhi was very happy with him. This incident has been elaborately described by Thakur Vrindavan Das.
Text 82. এই মতো প্রদ্যব্ধ আইসে গৌড়ের ভক্তগণ, প্রভু সঙ্গে রহি করে যাত্রা দর্শন।
Translation. Every year the devotees of Bengal will come and stay with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to see the Ratha Yatra festival.
83. তার মধ্যে যে যে বর্ষে আছয়ে বিশেষ, বিস্তারিয়া আগে তাহা কহিব নিঃশেষ।
Translation. Whatever happened during those years that is worth noting shall be described later.
Text 84. এই মাত্র মহাপ্রভুর 4 বৎসর গেল, দক্ষিণ যাত্রা আসিতে 2 বৎসর লাগিল।
Translation. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed 4 years. He spent the first 2 years on his tour in South India.
85. আর 2 বৎসর চাহে বৃন্দাবন যাইতে, রামানন্দ হঠে প্রভু না পারে চলিতে।
The other 2 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, but he could not leave Jagannath Puri because of Ramananda Raya's tricks.
Text 86. পঞ্চম বৎসরে গৌরের ভক্তগণ আইলা, রথ দেখি না রহিলা গৌড়েরে চলিলা।
Translation. During the 5th year, the devotees from Bengal came to see the Ratha Yatra festival. After seeing it, they did not stay, but returned to Bengal.
87. তবে প্রভু সার্বভৌম রামানন্দ স্থানে, আলিঙ্গন করি কহে মধুর বচনে।
Translation. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu placed a proposal before Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Raya. He embraced them and spoke sweet words.
88. বহুত উৎকণ্ঠা মোর যাইতে বৃন্দাবন, তোমার হটে 2 বৎসর না কইলু গমন।
Translation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, quote, my desire is to go to Vrindavan, and my desire to go to Vrindavan has very much increased. Because of your tricks, I have not been able to go there for the past 2 years.
89. অবশ্য চলিবে দোহে করহ সম্মতি, তোমা দুহা বিনা মোর নাহি অন্য গতি।
Translation. This time I must go. Will you please give me permission? Save for you two, I have no other resort.
Text 90. গৌড় দেশে হয় মোর 2 সমাশ্রয়, জননী জাহ্নবী এই 2 দয়াময়।
Translation. In Bengal, I have two shelters, my mother and the river Ganges. Both of them are very merciful.
Text 91. গৌড় দেশ দিয়া যাব তা সবা দেখিয়া তুমি দোহে আজ্ঞা দেহ পরশন্ন হয়া।
Translation: I shall go to Vrindavan through Bengal and see both my mother and the river Ganges. Now will you too be pleased to give me permission?
92. শুনিয়া প্রভুর বাণী মনে বিচারয় প্রভু শনে অতি হঠ কভু ভালো নয়।
Translation: When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Raya heard these words, they began to consider that it was not at all good that they had played so many tricks on the Lord.
93. দুহে কহে এবে বর্ষা চলিতে নারিব বিজয়া দশমী আইলে অবশ্য চলিবা।
Translation: They both said, now that the rainy season is here, it will be difficult for you to travel. It is better to wait for Vijaya Dashami before departing for Vrindavan.
94. আনন্দে মহাপ্রভু বর্ষা কইল সমাধান বিজয়া দশমী দিনে করিল পয়ান।
Translation: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to thus receive their permission. He waited until the rainy season passed, and when the day of Vijaya Dashami arrived, he departed for Vrindavan.
95. জগন্নাথের প্রসাদ প্রভু যত পায়া ছিল কড়াই চন্দন ডোর সব সঙ্গে লইল।
Translation: The Lord collected whatever remnants of food were left by Lord Jagannath. He also took remnants of the Lord's Kadara ointment, sandalwood, and ropes with him.
96. জগন্নাথে আজ্ঞা মাগি প্রভাতে চলিলাম উড়িয়া ভক্তগণ সঙ্গে পাছে চলি আইলাম।
Translation: After taking Lord Jagannath's permission early in the morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed, and all the devotees of Orisha began following him.
97. উড়িয়া ভক্তগণে প্রভু যত্নে নিবারিলা নিজগণ সঙ্গে প্রভু ভবানীপুর আইলা।
Translation: With great care, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forbade the Orishan devotees to follow him. Then, accompanied by his personal associates, he first went to Bhavanipura. Purport: One goes through the Bhavanipura before reaching a well-known place named Caitanya-Caritāmṛta or Janaki Devi Pura. 98.
Yeah. 98. রামানন্দ আইলা পাছে দোলায় চড়িয়া বাণীনাথ বহু প্রসাদ দিল পাঠাইয়া।
Translation. After Lord Chaitanya reached Bhavanipura, Ramananda Raya arrived on his palanquin, and Vadinath Raya had a large quantity of prasadam sent to the Lord.
99 প্রসাদ ভোজন করি তথায় রহিলা। প্রাতঃকালে চলি প্রভু ভুবনেশ্বর আইলা।
Translation. After taking prasad, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained there for the night. Early in the morning, he began walking, and finally he reached Bhubaneswar.
Text 100. কটকে আসিলা কইল গোপাল দর্শন। স্বপ্নেশ্বর বিপ্র কইল প্রভুর নিমন্ত্রণ।
Translation. After reaching the city of Katak, he saw the temple of Gopal, and a Brahmin, their name Swapneshwar, invited the Lord to eat.
101 রামানন্দ রায় সব গণে নিমন্ত্রিল। বাড়ির উদ্যানে আসি প্রভু বাস কইল।
Translation. Ramananda Raya invited all the orders for their meals, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his resting place in a garden outside the temple.
102 ভিক্ষা করি বকুল তলে করিলা বিশ্রাম। প্রতাপ রুদ্র ঠাঁই রায়ে করিল পয়ান।
Translation. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking rest beneath a bakola tree, Ramananda Raya immediately went to Maharaj Prataparudra.
103 শুনি আনন্দিত রাজা অতি শীঘ্র আইলা। প্রভু দেখি দণ্ডবত ভূমেতে পড়িলা।
Translation. The king was very happy to hear the news, and he hastily went there. Upon seeing the Lord, he fell flat to offer him obeisances. I think we stop there. I was instructed to treat from 7 to 9 to 1:30, but it's not practical. I have 10 more minutes. 1:30. I know you want to finish Caitanya-Caritāmṛta on time, but this is not practical right now. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Sakshulmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurube Namaha Vancha Kalpataribhyacha Kripasunubhya Evacha Paritanam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pishaya Bhuttale Smati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itinam Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pachari. So, let's reflect on the first text we read, 79, which basically, according to the Caitanya Bhagavad, which gives the details of this Madhya-lilā. You know, when Pundarik, most of you know Pundarik Vidyanidhi, is a very exalted Vaishnava. He's the spiritual master of Gadadhara Pandit. Gadadhara Pandit is is a member of the Panchatattva. You see, Although he's a member of the Panchatattva, he took initiation from Pundarik Vijayanidhi for strategic reasons. Some of you know the reasons. When the first time that Gadadhara Pandit encountered Pundarik Vijayanidhi, he had some doubts because he had heard about Pundarik Vijayanidhi so much, and he came there to see Pundarik Vijayanidhi, certainly exalted devotee that he has had so much of eulogy about. But when he came into the surrounding into the room where Pundarik Vijayanidhi was staying, it's opulence all over the place. So he had some doubts that, a pure devotee of the Lord is supposed to be detached and renounced. How could he live with this type of opulence? And the person who brought him there was like a little bit apprehensive because he also knew that Gadadhara Pandit had some doubts about Pundarik Vijayanidhi. Now, to doubt a pure devotee constitutes an offense. Just because he lives in opulence doesn't preclude him from being a perfected soul. In fact, that's some type of misunderstanding that when you are a pure devotee, you should just perhaps be wearing kupins. But it hasn't got to be like that. In fact, our process is that of utilizing everything in Krishna's service. The type of detachment, renunciation we practice implies that we utilize everything in Krishna's service. The talents, skills, intellect, financial resources, even your family, body, works, in the service of Krishna. So it's not that someone becomes a devotee and then he practices mana, not to talk. No, we talk, but we don't talk hogwash. We don't talk insincere nonsense. We talk Krishna consciousness, Krishna Katha. So similarly, the dressing, I remember vividly when I was young, I was temple president. When I went out to take devotees out on Harinam, I would personally examine all of their wears, the gear, the ladies and the boys. If we put it on bedroom slippers, I send it back to the ashram. Because the Harinam itself is a public relation type of preaching. And traditionally majority of people in the West, they don't understand why the devotees wear what they're wearing. So sometimes they see us as people who just wearing bed sheets or bed spreads. So we don't want to increase that negative thought pattern of the non-devotees. So I will personally check the devotees whether they iron their clothes before we go out for the Harinam, whether they're putting on bedroom slippers or they're putting on some, presentable wear. Because the non-devotees, they don't understand. So Gadadhara Pandit tend to have had his mind polluted by some doubt that because Pundarik was in an opulence situation, and then but then he realized that he committed an offense. And what he did to be able to compensate for that offense was to take shelter of Pundarik Vijayanidhi. Now Pundarik Vijayanidhi is an exalted personality from all circumstances. Now but then, this whole scenario, this whole lila of Pundarik Vijayanidhi, becoming hateful of or criticizing the servants of Lord Jagannath for putting starched clothes on Lord Jagannath. It is mentioned in the purport in the Caitanya-Bhagavad that it was a staged, it was orchestrated event. It was a staged, hateful feeling. It was a staged attitude of criticism, because he knew he shouldn't criticize the devotees of Lord Jagannath. In fact, when he was critical about, he went to Puri with Swarup Damodar. And so he went to Swarup Damodar and was complaining to Swarup Damodar that, look, these pujaris, they put starched clothes on the Lord. And it shouldn't be like that. Each time we buy some clothes, normally we wash them, because people who knit the clothes, who manufacture the clothes, there may be people who go to the toilet without bathing. So, to keep the clothes pure, normally it's washed. But the tradition is completely different with Jagannath. And so Swarup Damodar tried to pacify Punara Vijayananda. Look, I understand your point. This is a general rule. But there is an exclusion. That rule does not apply to Lord Jagannath. And if Lord Jagannath didn't want those starched clothes, he would have revealed his intention or his negative attitude or his objection to his priest, to the pujaris. And so, Swarup Damodar tried to pacify Punara Vijayananda. But offense has already been committed. And so, when he went to sleep, Jagannath and Baladev came to him and gave him some blessings. But then also, let's be clear. Traditionally, when we have some challenge in our devotional life, we query, Lord Krishna, why me? Why put him in this type of difficulty? I've been serving you over the years, and you should protect me. But here is a case where the Lord personally came and, slapped him. So, he understood it to be a special mercy. In fact, when he woke up from the dream, he noticed that, the palm prints of the Lord, on his palm, we have lines on our palms, but on the palms of the Lord, there are symbols, just like on his toes, there are symbols. So someone says, well, I am Krishna. I say, okay, welcome, my dear Lord. Can we see your toe? Can we see your toes? The symbols on your toes. It's there in the scripture. There are some symbols on markings on the Lord. So when Punara Vijayananda woke up from the dream, he noticed that his cheek was swollen with palm prints of symbols of the Lord. So then he got up. He was jubilating. He said, "This is the Lord's mercy." After being slapped, he said, "This is the Lord's mercy." But you see, this is exactly what we can take home from here, is that when something happens to us, of course the Bhagavatam mentions that the difficulties we pass through if we are practicing devotees, the difficulties we pass through in our lives are just a tip of the iceberg. If we are not devotees, it would have been worse. And therefore, whatever we pass through is an aspect of the mercy of the Lord. Now, the other point about this lila that we can take home with is, it is very dangerous to criticize a devotee. In fact, one of the 10 offenses that we read in most temples every morning is to blaspheme the devotee. It's the same thing. And in the plus family devotees doesn't mean a pure, just a Paramahamsa. Any devotee. We blaspheme, we are bound to have some reactions. So we see in the case of Pundarik Vijayanidhi, although it is a staged lila, but there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from here. To be careful, and rather instead of being critical about devotees, we should be appreciative. We should find some good things in the life of those devotees, in the services, and appreciate. Instead of having hateful mindset towards any devotee, we should have appreciative thinking. And we don't lose anything when we appreciate someone. Rather, we stand to gain. So it is imperative that we see the situation of this lila of Pundarik Vijayanidhi as an element to boost our Krishna consciousness, because it has to do with finding fault. Our time is already beyond the time by 2.5 minutes. Any comment or question? Maybe one comment or question? Any? Yeah.
Could you please explain just a little bit more what you mean when you say it's a staged lila?
Yeah, it's a staged lila because Pundarik Vijayanidhi is a pure devotee, and he was not supposed to find fault with the servants of Lord Jagannath. But he did. He did. And he was angry with the servants of Lord Jagannath. He was not supposed to, but he did. So the Lord orchestrated this. It is not that he was an imperfect soul and he didn't know what he was doing. The Lord simply used him and then also reward him with some. He participated in it like you go on stage to perform a theater. I mean, you're a theater artist. Each time you participate in a movie, you get paid heavily. And so here, because of his participation, his volunteer service to be part of this lila, the Lord rewarded him by giving him some real good dirty slaps. All right. So thank you. We stop here. And we'd like to thank all of you for your services to Lord Caitanya Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's movement. Majority of us have come to this movement because of Srila Prabhupada's books. And for the past month or so, you've been very much helping to distribute Prabhupada's books. So thank you very much, and may Lord Caitanya Prabhu bless all of these great warriors of Krishna consciousness. May Lord Krishna protect you from all of the dangers on the planet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.